GWT TV are luxury consultants in now 73 countries around the world. Today we're going to talk about something that's really special to me. My favorite way of introducing my business to my prospect over the past 22 years. I call it my favorite 5-minute napkin presentation. Now let's face it, when I was on the field, I was back in the 80s and the 90s, so we actually used a napkin. But now we're going to bring that concept into the new millennium. So I call it the 5-minute card presentation. So how do you do that in 5 minutes? Well, you're going to need two things. Number one, you're going to need a Glamour pack. Now what is a Glamour pack? The Glamour pack is a mag pack and it is a lookbook. You put them together, it becomes a Glamour pack. Now both of these luckily is included in your business in a box bib, and it can also be purchased in your back office in the promo section. So when I'm sitting with a friend of mine and they're saying, Rami, tell me about your business, I always say documentation beats conversation. So I want to tell them about it. We're going to do the role play here. I said, John, instead of me telling you about it, let me show you. So I take my briefcase, I take out the Mag pack or the Glamour pack, and it doesn't matter which one you go through, it makes no difference. Now what the lookbook would do is something you could never do by yourself or even with your product package. It shows a great example of what we actually offer as product line. We're a luxury designer of the year. We're the celebrities designer line. There is no way that Sanaz Human, who's our chief of design, our vice president, who overlooks all our designers and creates, if she cannot put that message forward, trust me, you couldn't. So documentation beats conversation. In the lookbook, basically you're gonna have over 500 SKUs of Ferry. You're gonna see Ferry Marsh, the Shield, the handbags, the celebrities who are using our product line, and so on. So I'll basically take this and go through it for a couple of minutes, and I don't want to spend too much time. Well, as I'm taking through this, I do want to show them my favorite piece, like this is my favorite shield, for example, or this is my favorite handbag, or this is my favorite watch. People need to know that you're passionate about your product. And you know what? This is where they get mesmerized. So you just take them through it very quickly, don't spend too much time, it otherwise becomes very long. If there's a Ferry Marsh story, you don't want to read that. Basically, this is to get them mesmerized. Spend 2-3 minutes on the lookbook. The second thing I go through, let's see what the world is talking about, the world's media view on global wealth trades and our product lines. So I'll take the mag pack, which one it doesn't matter which one you have, one or two, just go through quickly individual. In this particular one, the Canadian Jewelers magazine wrote about Ferry Marsh 3 times. This is Canada's trade jewelry magazine. They call it Ferry Marsh unimaginable ultra luxury jewelry collection. Imagine that. This is Canada's main trade magazine. I go down to the next one where we're featured in the Canadian Business Journal. The snapshot of the pages. We were Luxury Designer of the Year, Vivo International Atlanta Publisher for 2011. You can see it was Jennifer Lopez on the front cover. Right here, Ferry 2011 Luxury Designer of the Year. This particular publication is in Spanish and in English side by side, so you can use that in Spanish countries. You got Preferred Magazine, top 10 timepieces of time. We were voted top 10 right next to Rolex Crown. This is our Ferry president. Not only were we inside, we're also on the cover of the magazine. Again, Canadian Jewelers magazine, they're talking about Ferry Marsh. Again, they call it the best of the best. It's there. And again, Canadian Jewelers magazine, again, 3 times they wrote, this is a trade magazine for Canada for jewelry, 3 times they wrote about our flagship line, which is Ferry Marsh 19K and 21K line. American Business Journal, we're featured in it. There's a Warren Buffett on the cover. We're on the top right here. We have an 8-page expose right there in the American Business Journal, one of the most respected business magazines in the world. So we have Canadian Business Journal, American Business Journal, and so on. We move woman of wealth. This is Oprah here. This young lady here, this is our vice president, product development, and our chief designer. She was featured in the same magazine where Oprah was featured. Our executives are well qualified. We are talked about all over the world by business magazines, trade magazines, fashion magazines. This is important for third-party credibility. And one of the biggest one is American Business Journal. After we featured with Warren Buffett, they called us, they wanted us on the cover. who were on the cover of American Business Journal. Now, it's not like they didn't have other options, because the same issue, they had Prime Minister Harper featured inside. They had 3 US congressmen featured inside, including Newt Gingrich. They had the CEO of Wikipedia featured inside in the same issue. They chose us on the cover because they said it's an interest to their readers. So once you've gone through the lookbook and you've gone quickly through the mag pack, they're sold on what our products are. They're sold on our business, because now the media's done all the research for them and the media's talking about us. Once you've done that, you're mesmerized. At this point, you're wondering, wow, I've never knew you guys are this big. So how does the money side works? And that's where the card presentation comes out. So once you take them to the glamour pack, then you take them to the card presentation. So what's a card presentation? There it is. Two-sided, that explains the whole of the 6 different ways of how we make money in global Wall Street. Now remember, this is not a tour, so you don't have to be detailed. All they need to know is that how do we go from selling designer lines into earning 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures. So that's what we're trying to accomplish here with this 5-minute napkin or now card presentation. So on the first page, what you're going to see an overview of how the 6 different ways of how we get paid, which is retail profits. You don't need to get to details, but you could say, if you want to, up to 100% profit. Wholesale profits, $50. Royalties, bonuses, incentives, exotic club. Imagine the company gives away luxury and exotic cars for the top producers. Now, to show you how some of the people in our company have made $1 million in 27 months. We recently released 2 multi-million-dollar earners in GWT. It is on Facebook, and take a look at it. And here's how it happens, because a lot of times people don't understand how someone can make $60,000 a month, $30,000 a month, even $10,000 a month, unless they know how the numbers flow. When you look at this chart, just basically take them through it. What you're going to find here is basically a 12-month royalty commission. Let's not worry about all the other 5 ways of making money. Let's just talk about the royalty, because that's really where the main source of revenue and income is, which is called the royalty commissions. Now let's just follow the numbers, because this is what's called the power of duplication, the power of numbers. Let's assume you refer 2 of your friends, and then those 2 friends, they get the packages, they go through a training, listen to the Tuesday night webinars and Sunday night webinars. They refer 2 people in the next month. Month 2, you got 4 people. And those 4 people do the same thing, they duplicate, and month 3 you have 8. And you got 16 at month 4. Month 5 you have 32. Month 6 you got 64. Now, the average revenue in our business for an active luxury consultant is $274 per month. That's the stats dating back to 2010, the last time we actually took the average. So $274 is combined revenue for active luxury consultants. So when you take the actual number, this is not hypothetical now, and let's assume we have 64 people, each did $274, that's $17,536 in revenues. That's per month. When you do that times 12, your annual income on only 64 people is $16,834. Now, let's go a little bit further. 64, they duplicate, you got 128 in month 7. Now you got 35,000 in revenue. Your annual income is $33,000. Let's duplicate further. Month 9, you got 512 people. Your monthly revenue is 140,000. Your annual income on that monthly revenue is now over $134,000. Congratulations, welcome to the 6-figure club. When the duplication happens, now you got over 1,000 people. Now you got 280,000 in monthly revenue in your team. Your income is over $250,000 a year. And when you continue with that duplication, 2,000 people or 4,000 people, you got over $1 million in revenues every single month. And now, of course, now you're part of the 7-figure club in income, in annual income. Now you know how some of our top producers have made a fortune. So that's all you need to know. That's what's called the 5-minute card presentation. So you want to watch the video several times, get the card, get your Glamo pack, practice with each other, get some of your team members, your My 5, keep practicing. We score 5 minutes, it doesn't have to be 5 minutes, it could be 5, 6, 7, 10, but don't make it a 45-minute presentation. That's not what this is all about. It's basically 5 to 10 minutes of trailer of the movie itself. But here's what's going to happen. When you do this effectively, when you do the card presentation effectively, one or two things will happen. They'll join you as an LC, because they catch the numbers, or now at least you're intrigued enough that they want to see more. It was good seeing you again. Until next time.